We've all seen them, exotic supercars that only the wealthy can afford. These cars can cost millions of dollars, something the average person just doesn't have hanging around for a rainy day. Maybe you've driven some of these hypercars in your favorite video games and know that they have blown the doors off most other cars in the game. It would be exhilarating to get behind the wheel of one of these modern rocket ships and really take it all in. We can all dream of how adrenaline inducing and blood pumping it would be, but for now, you'll just have to experience these masterpieces through your screen. A daily hustle is necessary if you could see yourself behind the wheel of one of these bad boys in the future. Make sure not to blink or you may just miss your favorite car as we cover the top 10 fastest cars in the world. Before we hop into the video, make sure to subscribe and turn notifications. Or don't and not be cool. Number 10. Lamborghini Scion Roadster. When you think of fast cars, Lamborghini probably pops into your head immediately. The Italian automaker has been pumping out some of the coolest and fastest supercars for decades to date. They push the styling envelope with wild designs and futuristic looks, not to mention the insane engines that can push these vehicles over 200 miles per hour today. The 2020 Lamborghini Scion Roadster kicks off our list with some shoes to fill. The Roadster boasts a whopping 819 horsepower and 531 foot-pounds of torque from its 6.5-liter V12 engine, along with a 48-volt mild hybrid system that propels the Lambo to a max speed of 218 miles per hour. The Roadster can blast from 0 to 60 in a quick 2.7 seconds. This Lambo won't be in the hands of many though, as only 19 Roadsters were built in addition to 63 hardtop models, and with a sticker price of $3.6 million, you probably won't see this car at your local car shows anytime soon. Number 9. Remus Concept 1. The first hypercar to ever be developed by Remus Automobili, it first debuted in 2011, though many advances have been made since then. The Concept 1 is unique as it's a completely electric hypercar and a class dominated by massive turbocharged gasoline engines. Packing a 90 kilowatt battery, the silent killer uses 4 hub-mounted electric motors that generate 1224 horsepower and 1180 foot-pounds of torque, allowing the vehicle to reach a top speed of 221 miles per hour. To get from 0 to 60, the Concept 1 takes just under 2.5 seconds. With the immediate torque from those 4 electric motors, this car is sure to make you feel like you're strapped into a rocket going to the moon. Its body is made of high-performance carbon fiber, but the weight of the car still comes in at a very hefty 4,100 pounds due to the sheer weight of that 90 kilowatt battery that spans the entire underbelly of the car. To help with all that weight, the car retains its super low center of gravity while also being aided by 4-wheel torque vectoring, which allows for the car to burn through tight corners like a slot car. With only 8 ever made, these cars very rarely come up for sale, and after ex-Top Gear presenter Richard Hammond famously drove off a cliff in one during filming of an episode of the Grand Tour, only 7 remain in existence. Currently at exchange rates, one of these super rare machines will cost around $1.8 million. Number 8. Pagani Huayra BC Roadster. Made in Italy, the Pagani Huayra is another unique car on our list as it's the only hypercar with a convertible top. With flowing fenders and a large rear wing, this car looks like it was made to destroy the racetrack. Much like that of a race car, the Huayra follows a similar construct with its main focus on minimizing curb height. The automotive company does this by incorporating carbon titanium HP62 into the body of the car, which is lighter and significantly stronger than standard carbon fiber materials. Utilizing lower body aerodynamics in the massive rear wing, Pagani claims that at 174 miles per hour, these elements work together to produce 1,102 pounds of downforce, effectively keeping the car planted solid on the road during high-speed runs. With a Mercedes-AMG twin-turboed V12 that puts out a solid 791 horsepower and 775 foot-pounds of torque through their 7-speed single-clutch transmission, the 2,755-pound hypercar rockets its way up to its top speed of 236 miles per hour. Number 7. Koenigsegg Gamera. Creative and innovative, the Swedish automakers behind Koenigsegg have created something crazy with the Gamera. If you're more environmentally conscious but not willing to quit combustion engines just yet, then this hypercar is the perfect match for you. The Gamera is a ludicrous hybrid with 1,700 horsepower sourced from 3 electric motors and a 600 horsepower 3-cylinder combustion engine that Koenigsegg says can run on renewable alcohol fuel. The benefits of this crazy hybrid platform are multifold. They say that with the car's particular powertrain, it is able to achieve incredible performance and higher efficiency. With less weight than any other hybrid out there, the Gamera can travel up to 621 miles before needing to recharge and refuel. The 0 to 62 time of the Gamera is a face-melting 1.9 seconds, enough cheese to firmly press your head into the seat with a fat grin on your face throughout. As a 4-seater car, it's wild to think that the Gamera sits on the list of the fastest cars in the world when traditionally hypercars have been 2-seaters. Regardless, this car has a top speed at 249 miles per hour and it earns the right to be one of the world's fastest automobiles. Number 6. McLaren Speedtail. McLaren Automotive is probably best known for its involvement in F1 racing and being one of the top manufacturers of hypercars in the world. The British company has blown away records time and time again throughout their lengthy history. More recently, they developed the Speedtail, which shows the company taking a chance on a new and interesting body shape that they say is a look to the future. The Speedtail just happens to be the fastest McLaren ever built to date, beating out the F1. Propelling McLaren's fastest vehicle into the future is a twin turbocharged 4-liter V8 and an electric motor producing a total output of 1036 horsepower and 848 foot-pounds of torque. With velocity mode, the car is lowered 1.4 inches to be more capable at high speeds. The Speedtail is able to rocket from 0 to 186 miles per hour in only 12.8 seconds, making it quicker off the line than the McLaren P1. With a top speed of 250 miles per hour, the Speedtail is certainly no slouch. Comment down below if you had the opportunity to drive this beast, would you take it? Number 5. Aston Martin Valkyrie. Not known for making hypercars, Aston Martin flipped the script with the Valkyrie, a joint venture with their F1 partner, Red Bull Racing. Considering that this is the manufacturer's first attempt with hypercars, the result has been pretty spectacular to say the least. Having a cockpit with the likes of a fighter plane and flowing high arched wheel wells gives the Valkyrie a very menacing appearance. The powertrain consists of a Cosworth-sourced naturally aspirated V12 engine and a hybrid system that puts down 1160 horsepower and 664 foot-pounds of torque. If that wasn't impressive enough, the V12 comes with a very high RPM of an 11,000 redline, allowing the Valkyrie to literally scream down the road. Its 0 to 60 time is a quick 2.5 seconds, and the power band of the V12 will carry the vehicle to over 250 miles per hour. Number 4. SSC Tuatara. Formerly known as Shelby Supercars Incorporated, SSC is an American automobile manufacturer famous for their hypercar. The Tuatara is a masterpiece in itself, stylish but simple, boasting many aerodynamic features that allow for the best downforce and ride height for every situation. The car's air dams and multi-rear winglets and wings allow it to cut through the air more efficiently and with more downforce than any of its competitors. The heart of this beast is a twin-turboed V8 built in partnership with Nelson Racing Engines, legendary for pushing the limits of combustion engines. The engine makes 1750 horsepower and 1280 foot-pounds of torque with an 8800 RPM redline. The Tuatara weighs in at a skinny 2750 pounds due to the heavy incorporation of carbon fiber in its construction. With all that taken into account, you have a deadly hypercar that can destroy the track and also propel you to a top speed of over 282 miles per hour. Number 3. Bugatti Chiron Supersport. It's said that Bugatti is much like Dodge in the world of hypercars, as they are constantly trying to produce more horsepower from a particular engine platform. The Chiron Supersport utilizes a quadruple turbocharged 8-liter W16 engine, also found in the Veyron, that shocked the world upon its initial release. The difference now being the engine is on an entirely different playing field in the newer Chiron. With 1600 horsepower and 1180 foot-pounds of torque, 600 horsepower and 193 foot-pounds more than the original Veyron motor, this Chiron hits 0 to 60 in just 2.3 seconds and can reach a top speed of 304 miles per hour. All that power gets to the ground through the Bugatti's all-wheel drive system that delivers insane pulling power unlike anything else. Styling as the car always is, with Bugatti elegance, it holds a sinister twist that makes the car look absolutely mean. Number 2. Hennessy Venom F5. Another American company, Hennessy is known for taking stock manufacturer cars and turning them into monsters, and have been doing it successfully for nearly 30 years. The Texas-based company claims that their new Venom is going to be their fastest car to date. Sporting a twin-turbo 6.6-liter V8, the Venom puts out 1817 horsepower and 1193 foot-pounds of torque that takes the car from 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. With sweeping body lines and tall wheel wells, the Venom is beautiful yet brutish in appearance. Hennessy plans to only release 24 examples of the car, so we can expect that the Venom will be a very rare sight to see. The top speed of this American muscle-supplied hypercar is a staggering 311 miles per hour. Number 1. Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute. Sealing their place in history is the Swedish automaker again, with what they say is the fastest car the company will ever seek to make. Koenigsegg knows a little bit about how to make some of the most mental hypercars in the world, and the Jesko is their latest example of that. With a 1600 horsepower twin-turbo 5-liter V8 engine and 1106 foot-pounds of torque, the Jesko has a sleek body with the capabilities to attempt a top speed run for the record books. Its styling is all about cutting through the air better than the last generation Jesko. The huge rear fin has been replaced by two vertical fins Koenigsegg says were inspired by an F-15 fighter jet that improved lateral stability at high speeds. Its drag was lessened by thousands of hours of computer design and simulation, ultimately smoothing the Jesko's body lines to produce a drag of only 0.278 coefficient. The Jesko has been clocked at 304 miles per hour multiple times, but Koenigsegg says the car can easily reach 330 miles per hour if allowed to be ran to such a speed, as there are few places on Earth that allow for such a straightaway.